Hey friend, welcome back. This is the Daily Spark. Let's learn something fun today. It is so good to be here with you. So I have to confess something. I am currently running on my second coffee.
Only your second? That is restraint, Ryan.
Well, the first one ended up on my shirt. Oh no. Let me guess. The crowded morning train. Exactly. The train jerked forward, someone bumped my arm, and splash. It was a mess. I am hiding a huge stain right now. That is the absolute worst way to start a morning. It really is. You know, I was so angry for the rest of the ride. I just stared out the window, wishing I could teleport. Because it feels like the universe is fighting you, right? Yes! And it got me thinking about how much we hate traveling to work. I mean, nobody wakes up excited for their commute. It is a universal struggle. We see that travel time as stolen time. You're not relaxing at home, but you're not working yet either. Exactly. We just want to get it over with. It feels like a daily punishment. But what if we're looking at it all wrong? I like where you're going with this. People think getting to work is just a stressful chore, delayed buses or endless traffic. But actually, your daily commute can actually become the most relaxing part of your day. It can be your me time. It sounds impossible, especially if you take a packed bus. Or if you're stuck in traffic for an hour staring at red lights, we know it's hard. But today, we're going to show you how to take that time back and maybe even enjoy it.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt exhausted before you even arrive at work because of your daily travel?
Oh, absolutely. Just yesterday, I walked into the office and I already wanted a nap. It was only 9 a.m.
Exactly. You sit down at your desk and your shoulders are up to your ears. You're carrying all this invisible weight.
Your jaw's tight. You feel like you just ran a marathon. And you're sweating a little bit too.
And you haven't even started working yet. It's wild. The boss says good morning and you just want to cry.
Why do we do this to ourselves, James? I mean, it's just a trip from point A to point B.
I think it's because we treat the travel time like an obstacle, a really annoying obstacle. Like a wall we have to climb over to get to the real day. Over with. Yes, we hold our breath, we look at our watches every 2 minutes, we just try to survive it.
I know I do. When I drive, I grip the steering wheel so hard my hands hurt.
I get mad at every single red light. Or if you take the train, you're annoyed at the crowded seats. You're annoyed at the guy talking loudly on his phone?
The loud phone talkers are the worst. It just ruins your mood instantly.
But wait, a commute is just a block of time. Time is like an empty room.
Okay, an empty room. I like this metaphor. Let's step inside.
You can fill that room with trash, stress, anger, honking horns, doom scrolling on your phone.
Reading bad news while standing in the rain, or somebody spilling coffee on your clean shirt.
Right, that's the trash. But you have a choice. You can put a comfortable chair in that room instead.
You can turn it into your own private space, a little bubble of peace before the chaos.
Exactly. Think about it, Ryan. We usually save our me time for the very end of the day.
Oh yeah, like at 10 p.m. when the house is finally quiet.
But what happens? You are exhausted. You watch 10 minutes of a TV show and fall asleep on the sofa. You are describing my life, James. I never finish a movie anymore. But the morning is fresh. You have energy. That travel time belongs completely to you. That is so true. Your boss cannot ask you for things yet? Wow. Your family is not asking for things? You are untouchable. It's the hallway between your home life and your work life. A transition zone. The hallway. I love that. A space to just be alone with your thoughts. Or a good book, or a cozy podcast like ours. So let's talk about how to decorate that hallway. Let's make it beautiful. Let's figure out how to stop fighting the daily journey and actually start enjoying the ride.
But honestly, enjoying that ride is really hard sometimes. Last Tuesday, I left my house feeling absolutely great. I had my hot tea, the sun was shining brightly, a perfect morning sit-up, right? Then, boom, red brake lights for miles. Cars were not moving an inch, just totally frozen.
Oh man, I can feel my blood pressure rising. Just hearing about it makes me feel stressed out.
Exactly. I was stuck in traffic for 45 minutes. My podcast ended. I just sat there in silence.
That brings us to our first phrase today, stuck in traffic.
Let's talk about how that phrase actually feels emotionally. Stuck is such a heavy, desperate word, you know?
It feels like being trapped inside a tiny metal box. You cannot move forward, you cannot go backwards. You are just completely helpless. It is totally exhausting. Your whole peaceful morning journey is suddenly ruined. And if you take the subway, it is no better. You are packed inside a horribly crowded train car. Someone's wet umbrella is dripping onto your favorite shoes. You are staring at the doors, just praying to escape. You know exactly what I mean. You've been there, right? We call this chaotic, stressful time rush hour. It's kind of a hilarious name, honestly, because nobody's actually rushing anywhere. We are crawling at a snail's pace. That is so true. We are all just sitting. But the phrase rush hour feels incredibly anxious. Yes, it feels like a loud ticking alarm clock. It feels like the whole city is panicking together. Everyone is desperately checking their watches every 2 seconds. People are honking their horns for absolutely no reason. So, how do we survive this daily madness? We need to build a brand new habit, a mental habit to protect our precious peace. I like that. So here is your use it tomorrow tip. Do a scan. Notice your shoulders. Are they up by your ears? Drop them down. Unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you cannot control the other cars. You can only control your own little space. Let the traffic happen outside. Keep your peace inside. So once your mind is calm, what happens next? Honestly, I usually just stare blankly at the train window. I probably look like a completely miserable zombie. Just a very sleepy, slightly drooling morning zombie. Hey, I absolutely do not drool on the train. But seriously, completely zoning out is the wrong approach. It really is. It wastes your entire daily journey. The secret is to intentionally choose your daily activity. Most people say they just want to pass the time. Let's unpack how that phrase actually feels inside. To pass the time feels incredibly boring and passive. It really does. It feels like a doctor's waiting room. You're just aimlessly flipping through a dusty old magazine. You simply want the heavy clock to tick faster. You're basically throwing those precious minutes into the garbage. You're treating your travel like a boring prison sentence. It's just pure survival mode until you arrive. You're not living, you're just waiting. Instead, we want to make the most of it. This phrase carries a totally different emotional weight. Oh, completely. It feels energetic, powerful, and highly intentional. You are finally taking back control of your lost morning. To me, it feels like discovering money in your pocket. You suddenly see it as a rare, beautiful gift. Let's use a quick food analogy for these two phrases. Ooh, I love a good food analogy. Tell me. Passing the time is like eating stale, flavorless crackers. You are just chewing because you're slightly bored. Gross. And making the most of it? That is like sitting down to a rich, warm breakfast. You actually taste every bite and enjoy the entire experience. That is a perfect way to explain the emotional difference. How many hours do you spend traveling every single week? Think about that for a second. It easily adds up to 10 or 15 hours. I mean, that's basically a part-time job, right? You could use that window to completely relax your brain. Or you might focus deeply on a personal passion project. Like finally listening to that long audiobook about Roman history. Or, tuning into a cozy English radio show. You're definitely a great way to use that time. Which brings us directly to our practical tip for tomorrow. Do not just blindly scroll social media on your phone. Pick one specific meaningful thing you want to do beforehand. Maybe download a brand new podcast episode tonight. Plan ahead. Make the most of those transit minutes tomorrow. Your future self will definitely thank you for the effort. Speaking of downloading podcasts, do they actually give your brain a break? I mean, really?
Honestly, I always tell people I use them to shut my brain off completely.
Shut your brain off. That sounds like a broken robot powering down.
Well, how would you describe it then, Mr. Vocabulary? Give me a better option.
I prefer saying I tune out the world. It sounds much more peaceful.
I guess tune out is slightly less robotic. It feels a bit more human. How would you tell a friend that you were ignoring
The loud noises.
and you just used it? Tune out. Did you catch that? Let's break down why that phrase feels so right.
It really is. It is not just about simply ignoring the things around you.
Right. Think of an old-fashioned radio dial. You're physically changing the frequency.
Exactly. Imagine you're on a terribly crowded train during the morning rush. People are talking loudly everywhere. Someone is crunching loudly on potato chips. You pop your headphones in, you tune out all of that annoying background noise. Emotionally, it feels like building a safe and visible wall around your own personal space. You are actively protecting your peace. It's a very deliberate, comforting choice. Then there's the feeling of what happens next. You finally start to unwind. Ugh, unwind is such a beautifully visual word. I honestly love using it. Same here. Imagine a ball of yarn that's wound up very, very tightly. That tight ball of yarn is your daily stress. It's all knotted up. When you listen to a good, funny story, that string slowly starts to loosen. Yes. To unwind is that slow, physical release of your deep mental tension. It's never instant. It takes a few solid minutes to truly relax. But making it a regular daily habit changes everything. Your tight shoulders actually drop. You stop clenching your jaw. You breathe a little bit deeper. It's magical. So, here's your practical tip for tomorrow's morning trip. Find a comedy podcast that specifically helps you unwind. Please avoid the daily news. Put those big headphones on, tune out the heavy breathing of the guy beside you. Just close your eyes for a second. Let the funny story do its job. Reclaim that precious mental space. You absolutely deserve a little bit of peace. Moving from comedy podcast to the actual train ride itself. Have you ever noticed the golden rule of public transportation? Especially in huge cities, it's quite a fascinating cultural thing.
Oh, totally. In places like London, making eye contact is basically illegal.
You simply do not look at anyone. It's an unwritten law.
Honestly, it is so true. We fiercely protect our personal space. We completely ignore each other. We avoid any awkward conversations. Which brings us to a fantastic English phrase. You must mind your own business. Yes, let's do a little scenario simulation to really feel this. Imagine you're on a very crowded subway train. People are literally breathing on your neck. It is so uncomfortable. Someone next to you drops their heavy bag loudly. Someone else is eating a really smelly tuna sandwich. Do you stare at them? No. Do you complain? Definitely not. You look away quickly. You do not judge them out loud. You just silently mind your own business. Exactly. Emotionally, this phrase feels like building an invisible brick wall. It's not an angry feeling. It's a very polite boundary. You are protecting your peace. You are keeping your energy completely safe. So, how do you physically show this invisible boundary to strangers? Well, the easiest way is simple. You put your headphones on. It's the ultimate do not disturb sign for modern life. Even if absolutely nothing is playing, it works like pure magic. I mean, I do that all the time. It's my favorite sneaky trick. Nobody bothers you when you look plugged in. Think of this phrase like a mental superpower. You put your headphones on, the noisy world just instantly vanishes. Emotionally, this feels like locking a heavy front door. You are safe inside your own little private bubble. It really helps you focus on your own inner thoughts. You ignore the chaos, you survive the journey with zero stress. I dare you to try this tomorrow. Wear big headphones and ignore everyone. Seriously, try it. It's incredibly freeing for your busy mind. For your practical tip tomorrow, pick a window seat if possible. Block out the visuals too. Just watch the world quietly pass by. Let your commute actually become your sacred me time. Let's step away from the train window for a second. Imagine your alarm clock rings at 6 in the morning.
Oh, that sounds terrible already.
Bear with me here. You stretch, grab your bag, and head to your car. But instead of feeling miserable, you actually smile a little. You have a fantastic new audiobook waiting for you.
The mystery novel is getting to the best part. You actually feel excited about starting that drive. The traffic does not even bother you.
I bet you figured out that exact feeling already. That feeling is what we call looking forward to something. Honestly, it feels like a warm little glow inside you. It is pure, happy anticipation.
Like waiting for a friend at a coffee shop. You know something good is coming. You are not just surviving the trip. You are actively wanting it to happen. It completely transforms your boring daily habit. Spot on. When you look forward to something, your shoulders drop. You naturally start to relax. Contrast that with dreading the commute. Dreading it makes your chest feel tight and heavy. You grip the steering wheel way too hard. I hate that tight chest feeling. It ruins the whole morning. I mean, you arrive at work already feeling exhausted. Which brings us to our second phrase today. The phrase is, set the tone. Think of this like directing your own movie. You choose the background music for your morning scene. You feel incredibly powerful, you know? You are not letting the morning control you. Absolutely. You are taking charge of your emotional state early on. If you start with a calm commute, you feel grounded. You set the tone for a highly productive workday. But if you rush, the whole day feels totally chaotic. Setting the tone is like laying a solid brick foundation. A good foundation helps you focus at your desk later. It gives you a clear, steady mind. Nothing can knock you down easily. Well, that is a beautiful way to put it. So here is your practical tip to use tomorrow.
Pick one tiny thing you absolutely love doing. Maybe it's listening to an upbeat playlist, just for the first 10 minutes.
Or maybe packing a fancy coffee in a travel mug. Make it something you genuinely look forward to. Let that small joy set the tone for your day.
You deserve a great morning. You really do. Enjoy your new routine. All right, let's gather up the most important words from today's chat. It is time for our word review. We want to make sure these words really stick in your brain. Our first word today is journey. You might have heard us say journey earlier. Now, people usually think of a grand, epic adventure, like climbing a huge snowy mountain. But we used it for your daily commute. It's the simple feeling of traveling from your front door to your office desk. It's the actual time spent moving between two places. You sit on the bus, look out the window, and watch the world go by. Exactly. Here's your use it tomorrow example. Tomorrow morning, text a friend and say, "My journey to work was actually quite peaceful today." Next on our list is relax. You might have heard us say relax when talking about letting go of your daily stress.
Imagine you're stuck in traffic. Your hands are gripping the steering wheel super tight. Your jaw is totally clenched.
Relaxing is the exact opposite of that tension. It's taking a slow, deep breath.
It's letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. It's that warm, heavy feeling when you finally sink into a soft, comfortable chair at home.
Here's your use it tomorrow example. Ask your coworker, what kind of music helps you relax on the train? Moving on, our third word is habit. You might have heard us say habit. This is not a strict rule or a boring law. It's just something you do automatically, like putting your keys in the exact same bowl by the door every single day. You don't even think about it. Your brain just does it on autopilot. We talked about how you can build a strong habit to tune out the annoying noise on the bus. You train your brain to ignore the chaos. Here's your use it tomorrow example. Tell your family, "I'm trying to build a new habit of reading on the subway." Now, let's look at the word crowded. You might have heard us say crowded when discussing the morning train.
Just thinking about it makes me feel totally trapped. It's that super uncomfortable feeling when there are way too many bodies in one tiny space. You can't even stretch your arms out. You're constantly bumping elbows with complete strangers. It happens every single day when everyone goes to work at the same time. The bus is so full that people are practically standing on your shoes. Use it tomorrow like this. If someone suggests a really busy cafe for lunch, say, "Let's go somewhere else." It's way too crowded in there. And that brings us to our final word today, which is focus. You might have heard us say focus. Think of it like holding a bright flashlight in a very dark room. You point that beam of light at one single thing. Everything else in the room just stays in the shadows. You pour all your mental energy into that one podcast or that one book. You completely ignore the guy snoring loudly next to you. By doing that, you really set the tone for your whole morning. You take back complete control of your attention. Here's your final use it tomorrow example. Tell your boss or your partner, "I need to focus on this project for the next hour."
Well, we have covered a lot of ground today, haven't we?
We really have. You know, it is strange to think about the morning commute differently. For years, I just thought of it as a punishment.
Oh, me too. I used to stand on that crowded train just feeling so angry. But like we said, it takes practice. You won't magically love the traffic tomorrow morning.
No, you definitely won't. I mean, traffic is still traffic, but you can change how you react to it.
Exactly. Remember, your daily commute can actually become the most relaxing part of your day. It is a choice.
Think of it as your private hallway, your quiet time before the busy world starts asking you for things.
I love that idea. So here's our challenge for you tomorrow.
When you get on that bus or sit in your car, don't look at your phone. Put it away.
Just for 5 minutes, try to focus on the journey, not the destination. Look at the trees or the buildings passing by.
Just breathe. Let yourself exist in that space. Notice the rhythm of the train or the sound of the rain on your car roof.
And try using our phrase tomorrow. Tell a friend, "I'm focusing on the journey." It's a great way to practice your English and your new mindset.
We would really love to hear how it goes for you. Our community is always so supportive.
Absolutely. Tell us in the comments, what is one thing you will do differently on your way to work tomorrow?
Maybe you'll listen to some calm jazz, or maybe you'll just look out the window and drink your coffee in peace.
Maybe you'll just enjoy the silence. Whatever it is, make it yours. Make it me time.
Next time on the podcast, we're going to explore a completely different topic.
Yes, we'll explore a surprising feeling that can completely shift how you handle unexpected challenges in your daily life.
Picture this. You spill your coffee on your shirt right before a big meeting. Usually you'd panic, right?
I would definitely panic. But what if you could feel totally calm instead? We'll show you how.
I'm really looking forward to that conversation. It's going to be a fun one. Me too. But until then, try to enjoy your ride tomorrow morning. Take it easy. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and enjoy that quiet time. This has been the Daily Spark Radio. See you next time.